going on, everybody? Crypto Renegade here again with another video for you, and in today's video we are going to be doing another hardware wallet comparison video. A lot of these comparison videos that I've been doing recently have been requested by users, so I want to make sure that when you're deciding on choosing a hardware wallet to protect your crypto and protect your private keys, that you are making the right decision for you. So today's video on my left, we have the dcent, which is the very first biometric hardware wallet. This is a fairly new company that's come out of the gate, and they're coming out strong with a very, very unique device. Like I mentioned, this is the world's first biometric hardware wallet, so that's very, very interesting, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. On my right, we have Binance's unique entry-level hardware wallet called the SafePal. And this is also a very unique hardware wallet as well, and actually one of the most secure wallets that you can get, even though it's an entry-level wallet. So stay tuned for the whole video, and we're going to cover three categories here to make sure that you have the right information that you need. First, we're going to take a look at the design, overall features, and usability of the device. Second, we're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the coin support for these devices. And then thirdly, we are going to end on the price comparison, and then I will give you a final verdict of which of these wallets I would choose if I could only choose one to get started. So stay tuned for that video, for the whole thing, and we'll make sure we give you a final answer here. But before I jump into the details of these wallets, I just want to give a quick shout out to my website, bitcoinlockup.com. I just created a very in-depth and very well-researched ebook that you can download for free. If you go to bitcoinlockup.com, in the upper right corner, you will see a giant orange button that says the 5 best ways to secure cryptocurrency. You can't miss it. So go ahead and give that a read and let me know what you think. So let's go ahead and jump into the topic of today's video. Like I mentioned, we're going to be looking at the dcent wallet versus the SafePal wallet. So I'm going to start first on my left with the dcent wallet and kind of go over some of the unique features here. So I'm going to pull the device out of the box. It has a pretty high quality box actually, but this device is fairly unique. Like I mentioned, this is the world's first biometric hardware wallet. And the design factor and the size of the device is actually very generous for what it is. The design of it actually kind of reminds me, and I may have used this analogy before, but it kind of reminds me of a very high-end key fob for a very nice car. It's got very high-quality material. It just is very smooth and feels good in your hand. Very robust. It doesn't feel cheap or flimsy or anything like that. So I really like it. It's got a stainless steel top. And then it's got a wraparound display as well that goes on the side as well, which is actually really nice. It's got a single button for turning it on. Let me see if there's any battery left on it right now. Okay, yeah, so it is powering on, and then there is a single micro USB port on the bottom. So this is both a wireless, meaning it is a Bluetooth enabled device. You can manage all of your assets on the go via the dcent app for iOS or Android, but it also has a micro USB port as well, so that you can manage this through the web application on the dcent website as well. So you have both options as far as managing the device. It's got a full directional D-pad here for navigating through the screens, you know, up, down, and then it has back and OK. And then in the center here is your fingerprint sensor, which is the biometric element, which is used to secure and authorize transactions. So that's actually a really good security feature that they've enabled on here, ensuring that only your thumbprint can sign and authorize a transaction, in addition to enabling some PIN codes and some other security features as well, which are optional, but the fingerprint authenticator is pretty secure if you ask me. What I like about this device is that it's not too big. You can very easily slip it into your pocket, take it on the go with you, and like I mentioned, this is a wireless and Bluetooth device. So you can manage it on the go very easily with the iOS app. The screen is just large enough to where you can scan QR codes, and the reason that that's important is when you're authorizing and verifying transactions on hardware wallets, you want to make sure that the wallet address that you're sending and receiving from matches what's on the screen of either your app or the web application. And make sure that everything matches and lines up. When you scan a QR code, it auto-fills that for you to make sure that there's no typing error, but it also displays it on the screen as well so that you can verify each character, because these transactions you cannot undo. So it's a very good security feature that you have there as well. It does have a CCEAL5 Plus security element chip as well, so it is using a high security standard. It actually is the same security chip that they use also in the SafePal, which we'll kind of go into in a minute. But I just wanted to kind of touch on some of the security and design features. I've used this wallet a handful of times already, and it's been a very pleasant experience. The screen is black and white, but it's very clear, and it's very user-friendly. I haven't had any issues with trying to use the device, scan it, transact, and the fingerprint authenticator works actually really well. So that's the dcent wallet. On my right here is the SafePal. So if you haven't heard of SafePal, this is, again, Binance, which is one of the world's largest crypto exchanges, has a division that they helped create a brand new entry-level hardware wallet. So the standard price, and I'll go over all of the deals that are going on right now, but the standard price for this wallet is only $59, which is in line with other entry-level wallets such as the Trezor One and the Ledger Nano S and such. But what makes this one really unique is the communication method on this one is the most secure that I've seen in any device in this particular category. And what I mean by that is everything here is completely managed wirelessly via QR codes. Now what that means is there's no USB port, there's no Wi-Fi, there's no NFC connection, and there's no Bluetooth. So there's no communication method here other than scanning QR codes. So on the device itself, there's only a single button for enabling it and powering it on. Let me see if it has any battery right now. Yeah, it does. Okay. And then it has a camera on the back, and this is used for scanning QR codes via the SafePal app that you use on iOS or Android. So this one is not desktop enabled at all. This one is purely wireless, meaning you are managing your assets and transactions and such via the SafePal app, and it's all managed through QR codes. So you can scan QR codes for the hardware wallet device and vice versa. So you can send money if you have a mobile wallet on your phone. You can send money via QR code and vice versa, which makes the transmission of communication extremely secure because there is no way to intercept it. Which is really, really cool. Another design element here is it does have a small D-pad here, so it's a directional pad, and then an OK button for signing off and authorizing as well. And like I said, just a single button here for the screen. It's got a 1.3-inch screen, so it's not the largest screen. However, it is large enough to scan QR codes, which I just mentioned previously is an important factor for ensuring that it's a quick and seamless communication. So this one, this device here, is actually the quality of it, even though it's an entry-level wallet, it does feel pretty stable and pretty secure. It doesn't feel that cheap or flimsy. They've definitely used what appears to be some decent or generally good quality materials here, so that's really, really nice. The camera is a 5-megapixel camera, so it'll get the job done. The only design element for the camera here is just for QR code and focusing, so that's really nice. Like I mentioned here, this device, even though it is an entry-level device, is super, super secure, and that's one of the things that I really, really like about it. The app is super easy to navigate as well, and this one I've had a really good user experience, very easy to navigate and things like that. So those are kind of the distinctive features between these two products. As you can see, this one is kind of the same size as a credit card. It's pretty thin. But again, this definitely gets the job done. You don't need much larger screen than this, but it is large enough where it can show you the entire wallet address that you're trying to transact with, so in addition to QR codes. So you kind of have both of those features there, which is really nice. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the unique coin support. So the one thing I will say about both of these wallets is they don't have the best coin support from other wallets that I've reviewed in the past. Not to say that it doesn't hold a lot of coins, but I will say that these are brand new companies and they're rolling out support constantly. I've been in communication with their development teams and following a lot of their firmware updates and such to make sure that they are an active community. I've also verified their GitHub and things of that nature to make sure that they are constantly adding things. So let me talk about briefly the coin support here for the dcent wallet. So the dcent wallet here actually, it's going to have your basic top level coins, your Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Dash, Litecoin, and it does hold all the ERC20 tokens as well. Some of the unique coins on this device, RSK and the RRC blockchain for rootstock. It's not a coin I'm too familiar with personally, but this is the only hardware wallet that will support that and that blockchain, and they're adding new blockchains all the time as well. So this company is really coming out with some really interesting coins that you're not going to find on any other hardware wallet. But if you're really just only looking to hodl the top or the major coins here on this one, you can't go wrong. It's a high quality device, and it just doesn't hold, like, say for instance 1100 coins, like for instance the Ledger and the Trezor are going to hold and such. But this is going to hold all your major coins and all ERC20 tokens as well. Same thing goes here for the SafePal. They're going to hold your BNB coin, your Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, Dash. I already mentioned Ethereum, and this one will also hold the BNB blockchain, as well as it will also hold the TRX blockchain for Tron, and it will also hold all ERC20 tokens as well. They're adding new native apps for both of these all the time via the iOS and Android app, via firmware upgrades that they're rolling out all the time as well. So natively, meaning the ones that you can use directly on the application that you don't have to connect via third party, you can actually do probably, I'd say, about maybe 5 to 8 native apps or coins at the same time, and then you can do token addresses for all your ERC20 tokens as well, but that's just an additional step. So technically it will support those as well, but between these two, I'd say that these have the least native support for applications, or I'm sorry, for coin support as well. So that's the only downfall I would say about these particular two. So let me go ahead and kind of wrap this up and talk about the price and which of these wallets I would choose. So the dcent wallet here, the standard price for this wallet is $159. Right now, through a partnership with my website, Bitcoin Lockup here, I'm able to offer you guys a discount at least through Black Friday of this year. It may go on for a little bit longer, but at least until Black Friday for sure, I can get you this price for only $106, which in my opinion is a really pretty good discount. And I will have links below in the description for both of these devices as well. So for a Bluetooth enabled, higher end, higher quality device with fingerprint authentication, that's a pretty good deal, especially with some of the other mid-tier wallets are you know, up into the $150, $200, or $300 range. So pretty good deal if you ask me on that one. Like I mentioned, the SafePal, the standard price on this one is $59.99. Right now, they've been kind of playing around with the price recently, but at least through Black Friday, again, the price on this one currently is $39.99. So for under $40, you can keep your private keys offline. This is completely wireless, so you won't be tethered to a computer, and it's going to hold all your basic coins at the very least, and it will continue to expand and grow as time goes on. So in my opinion, this is a really, really good deal, and one of the most secure wallets at one of the lowest prices. Is really compelling, and I really like the way that the usability and the overall experience I've had using the device, testing it, transacting with it, and that kind of thing is really pulled out for me on the SafePal. So at the end of the day, I mean, they have a comparative, just kind of recapping, they have comparative coin support, they have comparative security, you know, different but unique security features. This one has biometric authentication, which is really, really cool, really hard to fake. On this one, you're not connecting via Bluetooth, via USB, via any other wireless connection. It's completely managed through QR codes, which is really, really interesting as well. The bottom line is if I was brand new to the game and I could only get one of these wallets, personally, if I really had to make a choice, I still would have to say I would still go with the SafePal. Even though it is an entry-level wallet, the overall user experience on this is really, really good, and for the money, you really can't get a better value. I mean, you're going to get, again, pretty much the same coin support. The really only unique feature that I've really enjoyed about this is the fingerprint authentication, which does help me feel a lot more secure. But again, I also feel very secure using this one, not having to connect it to any other devices, and just being able to utilize the camera on the back and scanning QR codes, which makes it really fast and really user-friendly, not to mention secure as well. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up there. By all means, these are both very secure and very high-quality wallets. I haven't had any issues reported to me or anything that I've experienced myself as well. So I'll have links for both of these with the current prices and discounts down in the description below. If you liked this video, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, anything about these two wallets, leave them down in the comments section. I will address them personally for you. If you liked the video, if you thought this was helpful in any way or brought you any value whatsoever, please give it a thumbs up. If you hated the video, you thought it sucked and didn't help you in any way, please give it a thumbs down. I actually would like as much feedback as possible so that I can improve the types of videos that I'm